Yes, the two-point process was originally created by a fellow called Richard Bartlett, who was a doctor and a chiropractor in the States. And back in 2003, after working with his clients in the trenches, mostly in the States, in Seattle and Arizona, wanted to come up with a different process how he could get a bit of a different result. It's only coming to me. Try that. Hey, everyone. And how it all started for me is I was doing all the superconscious work for those that you know about that, and getting some great results with my clients. But some of it, they felt that it was a little bit too woo-woo or a bit out there, and they couldn't quite get their head around the superconscious, how it all worked. And some of them actually just wanted to have healings without all the education. And especially my mother-in-law, Debbie. She's not here tonight, but that's how it kind of started as well. With Debbie, she had arthritis really bad in her fingers. She had burning sensation, couldn't close them. And it got to the point she couldn't actually pull her clothes in the washing out of the washing machine. Hey, Heather, thanks for joining us. And it was just doing a little bit of a chit chat to see who else tunes up. And it was really painful to watch for Debbie, Mrs. D as we call her, because being a grandmother, she couldn't play the grandkids. It was really affecting her life. The pain in her fingers, she had fibro in her back, so her back was all dysfunctional. And her hips, she walked, and they had a two-storied house, and she could no longer walk up the stairs. So I went on a journey to try and find a way how I could heal arthritis. And also with having a sore neck myself, I couldn't get the full move of my neck. I could go to about here without it being a lot of pain. Now the superconscious work, recodes work really well, but I just knew there's something missing. So after doing a lot of studies on mind and body and soul, I actually realized the body part of my work was missing. And then Richard's work really resonated with me. And Melissa Joy, she's now living in Indonesia. She was part of Matrix Energetics as well. And Richard is now in Italy. You can find his stuff on YouTube and Instagram. He's very, very woo-woo there now. He's very into his modalities. Whereas what I've created here with the 2 point is sort of more grounded, more down to earth. And it's something you can teach and experience one-to-one. And also I've figured out a way how to do it online. So after learning the process and then practicing it on my clients and Mrs. D, I was able to heal Mrs. D, Debbie, from all her arthritis. And at the time, she had a couple of fused discs, which I didn't know exactly were part of the issue, and they also seemed to correct themselves. So then I went on to heal my neck and work with my clients and fine-tune the process and getting amazing results. So then I opened up the clinic at home. This is about 14 months ago, and took the TV and the lounge and everything out of that room, put on a massage table, which is something I've always wanted to be able to have work with and have experience on. I started doing this 2 point, and since then have been getting amazing results. I've been able to heal my kids. I'm the medic to the rugby team, and it just goes on and on and on. So I now do about 20, 25 sessions a week here in Motueka, just out of Nelson, New Zealand. So I absolutely love that. So Kirsten and I were talking, we thought, well, why not do some webinars and share this work to see if any of us out there would like to experience it and maybe possibly be a coach, come along and learn it. We've created in our certification. I've got 18 coaches in that certification because they've all experienced the work and wanted to be a part of it, which I'm really passionate about. And I just love, because I really do believe with this 2 point process, if we can get it out there around New Zealand, Australia, and around the world, we can actually heal a lot faster than conventional methods. So it's really, in a nutshell, it's advanced conscious education. So how does it all work? Great question. So most modalities will work with energy. And I found with working with consciousness and the education of information is the most powerful. So have a think about the fact if we put any part of our body under a microscope, we are just atoms. Plain and simple, just atoms with electrons spinning around them. What creates the atom gives its information as the photons. They bring the information in from the field, and that's what allows them to vibrate in a certain way. Now, if you've had a sports injury and some particle damage, the atoms are out of key. And they're setting up a symbol of the brain going, ouch, 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 I need an upgrade. And this is where the process, the 2 point come is really powerful. We can actually find the 2 points, which is the current reality where the pain is, and the desired reality where they want to have the success, having a perfectly healthy body. When we find those 2 points and get out of our left-hand side brain and go down into our heart chakra, which I'm sure many of you have had experience around what the chakras are, When we're into our heart chakra, we can actually connect to the field. So I'm not working with energy at all. And I thought that was so cool because when you're working with energy, like of some modalities out there, from beautiful, kind-hearted people, like the stuff I was doing previously, we're actually in the field of trying to repair people or heal them. Now, when we're in that structure, we're actually connecting to their field, and that's why a lot of healers can get sick. And that's why I chose the 2-point, because we're not working with energy, we're not in that structure, we're simply allowing the client's body to upgrade naturally. Now, I believe, and a few of us believe, that this work was always a thing with the medicine men in the villages centuries ago. We're just bringing it back. So it's not my work. I'm not claiming in any way. I've certainly done it a different way, tweaked it a little bit, so it can be done in a clinic with ease, and it can be done generally anywhere at all. It can be done in public, it can be done online, it can be done in groups, or it can be done one-on-one. So tonight, what I thought I'd do is basically give you a little bit of education around that, tell them a bit of a story. And then one of you, they have a sore back, some arthritis, or a sore point somewhere, you can jump out and we can just do the healing instamatically, no problem at all. And I can demonstrate to you all how it works. Now, it doesn't just work for body pain. It just doesn't heal your back or fix your arthritis or your knees or your elbows or your wrists or whatever. It can actually remove resistance consciously. And what I mean by that is if you have a belief of, say, not good enough, who's ever felt not good enough before, or not worthy or not capable? Beautiful, thanks for sharing. If you've ever had that belief before, we can actually remove it consciously because it's not true. It's just a belief structure, emotion or feeling, just information, emotion or feeling stuck to a past memory. So we can actually upgrade consciously. And when I started doing that work, I was having amazing success with it as well. So it kind of worked perfectly in alignment with what I was already doing. And that's why I chose the Inner Power 2-point modality to work along my other certification, because it's just in perfect alignment. And it kind of completed the whole pie. It gave me the third piece, which is working on the body. Because a lot of my clients have sports injuries, sore backs, etc. They just want to have a healing. They just want to be able to get their flexibility and their health back. They just want to be free of pain. They don't necessarily want to go into the whole process for how it works. And that's what's cool about the 2-point is we can actually keep it really, really simple. So after healing Mrs. D and myself and healing others over the last 12 months and creating a certification, that's where I thought I'd come and start doing some webinars and bringing it in live. So have you got any questions out there? If you do, there's 7 of us on here, which is fantastic, a nice little group. So you can just throw some questions in there as we move along if you want to, and I'm happy to answer them. So what exactly is the 2 points? What I'd like you to do is, like all of you, put your finger up in the field, just in front of you, and then close your eyes, and I'm hoping you all brushed your teeth last night. Just close your eyes and visualize brushing your teeth last night. Just picture it. And then move your finger around and find that point. Just use your intuition. Move your finger around and find that point where you brushed your teeth last night. Your intuition will guide you to the point in the field. The very point, just visualizing on brushing your teeth, it'll guide you to that point. Beautiful. And then open your eyes and just notice where your finger's sitting. So if that is a point where I brushed my teeth last night, it proves there's memories in the field. So if we have a memory in the field of visualization, then the 2-point is visualizing those 2 points and finding the point in the field, and then doing the process, connecting the heart chakra, and then allowing the client to have the upgrade. So what we're basically doing here is we're getting the client to focus on the problem where they are. So say, for example, I want to work on healing my wrist. I get the client to focus on the point, find the sore point, and put their finger on it. Close their eyes and focus on that. When they're focusing on that, they're visualizing their finger being on the wrist. Then I'm able to find that point in the field intuitively. And then I get them to come up their timeline to their desired reality and then visualize on what it's like having a perfectly healthy wrist. They might be knitting, jogging, doing push-ups, doing yoga with a perfectly healthy wrist. Now, when they visualize that, I can find the second point. And that's pretty much why it's called the 2-point. We're finding where you are now, where you want to be. Now, once you find those 2 points, the process of connecting to the field, which is the center of all, which is no thinking, nothing whatsoever, By asking open-ended questions, we can go into our right-hand side brain and ask open-ended questions, which forces that, and that connects us to the field. So when I'm finding the 2 points, like point A, broken wrist, point B, perfectly healthy wrist, asking what's another option here for a different result, then it allows the information to come through, and in my mind's eye, I'm creating a line between the two. Even if I take my 2 fingers away, I can still see those points there in my mind's eye. And I can even join the 2 point in my mind's eye with my fingers or without. Takes a bit of training, but for now, we'll just do it with holding the points with our fingers. And when we connect that, it upgrades it. And how it upgrades the atom is the photons go 3 million meters a second. That's how fast they are. Photons are light and sound coming from the field, bringing in the information from the vortex fields, bringing in information to do the upgrade, upgrades the atoms, and the atoms vibrate where they need to. Now, what is the field for some of you that are not too sure? The field of information, some of us call it the superconscious, etc. It's the same information of the field that grew you from a little fetus of a baby to being capable of being born inside mum, to being born as a baby, having the cord cut, having taken your first human breath, growing into that little baby, into the child, into a teenager, into an adult. Where did all that information come from? Just have a think about that. Where did the information come from to grow you into a human being? We can't see it, so where did it come from? It come from the field. Every part of our body, and there's 143 scientists in Russia and Taiwan and China studying this information. Russia is probably the leading country with this information. They've been doing it since the 70s. They've proven every part of our body has what we call a vortex field of information. So I don't want to give you too much of that stuff because it might be a little bit overwhelming, but just picture that every part of our body has its own information source. So if I'm working on the wrist, there's a vortex field of information of a perfectly healthy wrist, the one that grew it there before it got dysfunctional, before it had the pain. So therefore, we can tap back into that to upgrade it. Once we upgrade it, it's very fast, quick, and natural. All we've got to do is set the intention for the 2 points, and us as a coach, connect them, connect to the field, and then allow the upgrade to happen. And it's very quick. Same with the consciousness. If you're wanting to, say, create having a life that you love, and when the client's visualizing it, you find the point here, then you can find what's it like now, then you can bring those 2 points together, and the client will notice there's less resistance when they open their eyes to having a life they love, or whatever the choice is. Now, the reason why is that we close our eyes is because it shuts our conscious brain down, our thinking ego brain. We want to work with our unconscious, our survival feeling brain, because it is connection to the heart chakra, which connects to the field. Now, a metaphor of all of that would be one I made up a couple of years ago, just because it came to me with my intuition, is a metaphor of a tree, climbing a tree. Now, say, for example, you want to climb that tree because you want to have a look at the view out to sea or down the river. So you see the tree, you choose a tree, and you start climbing it. Now, your conscious ego wants to have fun and climb that tree. So I've climbed trees before. This is fun. I want to climb and see as high as I can get to see that beautiful view. Now, your unconscious, which is all about survival and feeling, it's like, well, okay, I can't see any danger here. Away you go. Until you climb to the height of the roof of the house, say, for example, when you're up high and you're climbing that tree and you look down, then the unconscious goes, whoa, stop. What are you doing? What if you fall? You could hurt yourself. Now, that if you hurt yourself, it's going to feel bad because the unconscious is all about feelings. Or if you break something, or what if you die? Unconscious is all about survival. So it's going to give you monkey chatter. Monkey chatter of not good enough to climb the tree, anxiety, frustration, overwhelm, fear. It's going to start giving this monkey chatter to stop you climbing the tree and trying to pull you back down. So that's how the unconscious works. If it feels safe, it'll let you do it, providing it knows it's going to feel good and that you're safe. The conscious brain will just climb the tree every time because it wants to have fun. It's all about having fun. Your unconscious is all about longevity. So where does the field come in with your superconscious? It's your field of information, your intuition, your genius, and it tells you what tree to climb. It says that tree's got the best view. It's also the safest, so do that one. It might even tell you what day and time is best to climb that tree. Climb the tree, it's 8 a.m. in the morning because the sun's not shining. It's behind us and you'll get a better view. It might tell you don't climb that tree because the guy that owns the land is a grumpy bum and he might tell you off. So that's where the information comes from as a metaphor of climbing the tree. We have our conscious, wanting to have fun, unconscious, longevity, keep things the same, survival and feelings, superconscious, genius, intuition, field of information. So that's my little intro. I hope it wasn't too much for you. I'm trying to keep it as basic as possible. And obviously there's more information and certifications, that sort of stuff. If you want to jump on one on calls and experience it afterwards. So the 2 point of, let's say, for example, we want to focus on an injury. Who here has a sore back or a sore point or anything they'd like to have a healing tonight? Heather does. Excellent. Rightio. Awesome. Thank you. I'll just ask you to unmute and you can jump out.
Hi.
Hello, Heather. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good, sort of.
You have a bit of a sore back there.
No, not really a sore back, but I have psoriatic arthritis in both my hands.
Right. Okay. Yes. Right. Okay. Rightio. So both your hands, whereabouts the points are they in your hands?
Both wrists, a little
Yes.
bit in the palm area, and some fingers that are looking like they call them digital sausages.
Okay. Can I just see
So
that a little
my
bit?
right hand palm, that finger there mainly,
Okay. Yes.
you see it's quite thickened.
Yep.
And the ring finger and the middle finger particularly.
Okay.
You see that joint's quite thickened.
Okay.
So opening bottles, opening jars, opening doors, turning
Yes.
the key in the car to start the car,
Yes.
and even unlocking
Okay.
the car, that sort of
Okay.
thing.
I'm just trying to see if I can change. I can't change the photo here. That's okay. That's fine. I'm going to change the view. Okay. Just so I can see you more. And whereabouts in the wrist is it? Where's the wrist and the pain?
Um,
Pain in the
uh,
wrist.
I've only got my phone because my laptop's not playing, but in there where you would think it would be carpal tunnel, but it's not, and particularly that joint of the thumb. There's a
Okay.
lower joint on both sides.
Okay.
You
And
know,
in
with
that right.
psoriatic arthritis, it mirrors itself on the other side of the body.
Yes. Okay. So in the right wrist down in here, is it quite hard in there? Or is it quite soft?
Yeah,
You should be able to pin her, Greg.
reasonably normal, but
Yeah,
just
I
when I was
can.
touching the thumb, then it
Oh,
reverberated through in the middle of the same hand. Actually, between the middle finger joint and the index finger joint, just went. Didn't like that.
it knows I'm here.
Probably.
Yeah, I'm going to get you.
Oh, good.
Right.
Feel
Okay.
free.
So we've got quite a few points there. So which is the most painful point that you can touch?
Oh,
Let's do the most painful one first.
okay. Probably the thumb, right
Probably
thumb.
the thumb. Right thumb. Okay. Now
Yeah.
on that right thumb, if you sort of move, if don't push too hard, don't need to, just sort of move it around, pushing it. How many points do you think you've got of pain in your right thumb?
Yeah, I'm putting it down again. You view the ceiling.
No problem. Just sort of have a little wee play around and sort of see how many points are sore on that right thumb.
It's like going to the dentist. You've sent it away. That's weird. But right down at the wrist level,
Yes.
there's some pain there. But I would have expected pain further up on that one.
Okay, well, how about we do the wrist first and see what happens after that?
Okay,
Okay,
that's weird.
rightio.
That is really weird. And that
It
little
is.
finger, the little finger on my right hand quite painful. 9 out
Okay.
of 10.
Right. Okay. Little finger on the right. Okay. So
Mm.
let's do the wrist first.
Yeah,
It was the left wrist, wasn't it?
right and left.
Right and left. Okay. So the one you're just talking about, it's got the painful spot. Whereabouts is that?
The right one.
The right one. Okay. Cool.
As soon as I move my thumb, then I'm feeling it up in that the middle joint
Okay.
as I'm
Rightio.
flexing it.
Great. Thank you. Right. So now we're going to find the 2 points. So you can take your finger off the pain now if you want to. We're just going to unpack it a little bit. So
Yeah,
let's choose the desired reality now. So the choice would be to have a perfectly healthy wrist, right?
totally.
Perfectly healthy wrist.
Perfectly healthy wrist.
Beautiful. And what would you be doing with this perfectly healthy wrist?
Um, I'd be back gardening.
Gardening, lovely.
Hmm.
Yep. What else?
Um, just living my life as I used to.
Great. Living your life. The life that you
Yeah.
love.
Yes.
Great. Cool. And then let's go down to your current reality. And what's it like now? Like it's painful. What else?
Limiting. Absolutely limiting.
Limiting.
Um, yeah, housework is almost a thing of the past, I'm afraid. That's not good.
Okay. Housework
I'm
not
usually
good.
a very organized person, and I don't feel like I am at the moment. It's hard to
Okay.
do. It's hard to make the bed. It's hard to just do the
Right.
general putting away of things,
Yeah.
pulling drawers out, shutting them. I mean, I usually give them a, but just the ordinary, like cleaning a mirror.
Mm-hmm. Great. Okay. Right. Yeah.
Those those sorts of things.
Okay.
I
Great.
will go ahead and do them, but I know I'll pay later.
Right. Okay. Well, let's see if we can get you to
Mm,
create it, to doing it so you don't pay later, but it's just okay.
wow, that's amazing.
It is pretty cool. Yes, it is amazing. Yes, there's a beautiful process to it, but it's very cool. So in your wrist, you may, once we clear the points, you may have 5 points, you may have more points. Now we call that like a bunch of grapes. So you might have like 5 or 6 or 2 or 3 points in there. And when we do the 2 point, we're going to clear one, then
Hmm.
clear the next, until they're all gone, till we get all of them. As long as we
Wow.
feel them, we can clear them by the touch process.
Hmm. So it's all very interesting.
I know, it's very cool.
It's
That's why I've
amazing.
got to get, that's why I've got to get the work out there, because this is life changing, this stuff. It's really cool. And then, and being in the clinic I've turned the lounge into the clinic for the last 12, 14 months now, it's been life changing for so many people, and actually Bex is on
Mm.
this call. She's one of my clients now, and she's had some massive changes with it. She might even jump out and tell her story afterwards if she's happy to, if she's
That'd be
keen.
good.
Lovely. Okay, so just get your right wrist and just put it up there where I can see it. And just get your left hand and get your finger and touch a sore point for me.
Okay, I need to find some way of.
Propping the phone up.
Yeah, yeah,
As long as we can see your face and the hands around there, that's okay.
yeah. We're in a rural area, and our internet is not wonderful.
Okay, no problem at all.
Oh, you can
Okay,
get
so
very
just get the,
inventive with what you can put there.
pardon?
Right. Okay. I'm just being
Right,
inventive with what I.
good, you're doing well. Doing really
Thank
well.
you.
So just get that left finger, whichever finger you choose, and just put it onto your palm, into the right hand there, into your wrist where it's sore. Find a sore point. Yeah, you got a sore point there? By
Not
the
yet.
thumb there. Oh, yep.
Oh, yeah, there. Yep.
Okay, right, cool. Now, what you can just hold that and you can just let it sit down a little bit so you're comfortable, but just holding that point. And then I just want you to close your eyes and just follow my voice. And you've unpacked it here, so we can just use that as a guideline. So what I want you to do is just to choose a perfectly healthy wrist. Just keep your eyes closed and just choose a perfectly healthy wrist. Just choose it. And just notice that you're gardening and living a life you love and you're back doing the cleaning with ease. Just notice all the housework, everything, and just enjoying having this perfectly healthy wrist. And straight away I can find that point in the field here. And then what I want you to do is to come down your timeline. You just keep your eyes closed the whole time. I'll let you know when you can open them. Now I want you to think about your current reality. Think about where your finger is on the palm now, and I'll also close my eyes to tap into it. Just think about your current reality, what it's like now. It's limiting, it's painful. Just visualize that for me. That's it. And then I want you to go back up your timeline to your desired reality and choose it to be healthy again. And just notice what it's like. And just choose it. Choosing this perfectly healthy wrist. Just choosing it and just noticing what it's like. Noticing doing the gardening again. Just noticing that. Noticing what it's like. That's it. And just choosing it. Perfectly healthy wrist, perfectly healthy wrist. And we can just build those points in and allow them to the upgrade. And then take your finger off and put your finger back on in the same place, the exact same place, and notice the difference.
I can do that.
No pain there now?
No.
No, great, awesome, well done. So let's find the next point on that thumb wrist area that's sore. Let's clear them all.
Oh, that's where I was. So I'll go. I was actually on the thumb. I'll
Yes,
go to
yep.
that little finger.
Okay, rightio. So just put your finger on the point that's sore. That's right. Beautiful. Now choose that little finger to be healthy, and we'll use the same unpacking. Noticing you do the gardening and living a life you love, got more flexible. Just visualize that perfectly healthy finger. That's it. Come down your timeline. Notice what it's like now. It's painful. It's restricting. Then go back to your desired reality and just choose a perfectly healthy finger. Just notice what it's like. Just notice this perfectly healthy finger doing the gardening, doing everything around that. Notice what it's like now. And then just choose it. Perfectly healthy finger. Cool. And then take your finger off that point and there'll probably be a few points in that little finger. G'day, fella. And then just choose the next one.
Good night, Grandma. Good night, darling. Love you. See you in the morning.
And then just
That cutie pie.
nice.
Can I go to the other hand?
Yeah, is that finger all done now? Is it only one point?
Oh, when I was bending it.
Were you able to bend it before?
Yeah, but I'm just in the bending. It's there.
Okay.
The pain is not. It was there before. Now it's here.
Okay, so we've done one point. Now let's do the next point. Great.
Okay.
So set the intention for a perfectly healthy little finger. Perfectly healthy wee finger. Just notice it. Come down your timeline. Notice what it's like now. The finger touching it. It's pain. It's limiting. That's it. And then go up your desired reality. Again, up your timeline to desired reality. Just choose it to be healthy. Just choose that little peewee finger to be perfectly healthy. No resistance whatsoever. Just choosing it. Perfectly healthy finger. Great. Then take your finger off. Open your eyes. How's that now?
Not as much.
Great. Awesome.
Definitely not as much. I've got the next one. Good night, darling. Good night. Sorry about this.
That's all right. See you, fella. That's all right. The kids are our future. That's all good.
They sure are. Greg was just saying good night to you too.
Night, bud. Sleep well.
Yeah. He's in Nelson. He's quite surprised at that. He's saying good night. See you in the morning. Thank you.
No problem. So you just have a look at that wee finger and find another point now where it's sore. It definitely looks like more movement in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, wow, awesome.
Okay, so that's moved to there now.
Yep. Because quite often we can have a sore point. We clear the first sore point, and the other points start showing themselves because the wound is painful.
Oh,
So
okay.
once we get all the points, you're all good to go.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep. Okay, so close your eyes and choose that knuckle, little finger to be healthy. Just choose it. Notice what it's like. Come down your timeline. Notice what it's like now. Then go back to desired reality and just choose a perfectly healthy finger. Just choose it.
Hmm.
Notice what it's like. Notice where you are with this perfectly healthy finger. That's it. And just notice the gardening, doing the housework again, making the bed with ease. Just notice it all. Cool, and then take your finger off. Should be good.
Oh, it's clicking. It hasn't done that before. Ow. I don't know where that click is, but it was certainly painful, but now it's gone.
Excellent. Yeah, so
Haven't had
when we
that
do
happen
the
before.
yeah, so when we do the 2 point and the energy leaves the body and the atom does the upgrade, does the process, because the energy was stored in your body causing the dysfunction. When it leaves, it
Yeah.
creates a space, and that just clicks for 1 or 2 days as it clicks and pops out. Just a space, the energy pops because you've got like space in there now, and it just gonna wait for the flesh and everything inside the finger to close back in, and then it's perfectly normal.
Far out. That's incredible. Because I've never done that before. But yeah.
Mm,
Um,
there
wow.
you go. No pain in that little finger now?
Bit of residual in that knuckle again still, but nothing like it was. And
Beautiful.
that's fine. It's just the first knuckle that's still a little bit um
Okay,
iffy.
well, find that little point then if you want to, and we'll do one more.
Okay. Thank you.
Oh, you're
Yep.
welcome. Okay, so close your eyes and choose it to be healthy. Notice what it's like. Notice what you're doing. Come down your timeline. Notice what it's like now. The current reality. Notice its limitations, a bit of pain. That's it. Then go back to your desired reality and just choose it to be perfectly healthy. Perfectly healthy little finger. And just notice everything that you're doing with this healthy finger. And then just choose it. Cool. And then take your finger off and open your eyes.
It's still a bit sore if I press it, but certainly not moving.
Yeah, might be a little bit getting towards your knuckle and your hand. Maybe there's something in there.
No, it's still in there.
Oh,
If
yeah.
I
Okay.
press
So just
it.
sometimes the little points, like we've got a bunch of grapes, sometimes the last little points are so small, but they're the most
Yeah.
painful. Like they can really stand out. So sometimes you just got to get your finger in there and really feel for it. So if you want to do that, we might as well finish the job.
Okay.
Find that little point. As long as you find the point, we can clear it.
Yeah, there.
Great. Okay. So close your eyes, choose it to be healthy. Come down your timeline, like notice what it's like now. It's limiting, it's a little bit of pain. Cool. Then go back to desired reality and choose a perfectly healthy finger. Just choose it. Choose it. Choose it. Notice what you're doing, flexibility, making the bed, doing the gardening, and just choose it. Perfectly healthy finger. And then open your eyes, take your finger off.
Gone.
Go on. Well done.
Wow.
And that's how we can heal sports injuries and arthritis online.
Amazing.
Hmm.
That really is incredible. And so simple. Why isn't everybody doing this? Yeah. I know. I understand.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's why I've created a certification last year because a bunch of my coaches were like, teach me, teach me. And some people that weren't coaches, that were clients that came in for the healings and walked out, after a few sessions sweet. And then they've come on to learn it so they can, one of the ladies is doing it to heal her family, just for all her cousins and brothers and her kids and stuff. So if every
Wow.
family has a two-pointer, then we get a lot less time anywhere near the doctor.
Absolutely.
Mm.
And the benefits for those of us who live rural must be
Yeah.
extraordinary.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you very much for jumping out and being a part of it.
No, thank you.
You're welcome.
Exciting.
And you've got all my details, so just flick out and make touch, and we'll just book you in a session and tidy all of it up, get the whole lot done.
Oh, wow.
Because it's really important that that bed's looking smick. And the gardens look good too, of course.
It'd be nice if the gardens look good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can sort that for you.
Okay. Thank you.
You are very welcome. Enjoy.
I will. I'll
Lovely.
mute again now.
Cool. Yes, thanks. Yeah, that's great.
Oh, if I
So
can find it.
Lovely, awesome. So then we have the powerful two-point process. As we can see there, we can heal arthritis and sports injuries and a whole lot of other cool stuff really easy. What did everybody think? Any questions in the chat? Let us know your thoughts in the chat. If you want to jump out, you can do. What's everybody's thoughts? The first time I seen this, it was pretty cool. And then doing it on the client the first time was also Kirsten's mum and some other people was pretty cool too. So if you got any questions, you're welcome to throw it in there. Oh, thanks, Jesse. Yeah, well, you've done very well. Thanks, Jesse. Yeah, cheers. It's 14 months of practice. Lovely. And actually, Bex, do you want to jump out and share your experience? Welcome to if you'd like. Love to hear from you.
Well, hello everyone.
Hello.
I've had quite an experiences with Greg. Yeah, I have had chronic pain for over 20 years, and working with him, I'm definitely getting much more at ease in my entire body. So far, he's worked on legs, back, neck, rib, and knee, and the majority of those things are now like really, really at ease, whereas before they were completely not. So changing my life, so to speak. Yeah.
Hey, awesome.
Totally
Cool.
recommend it 100%. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yes, and we had quite a few points to clear with you too, didn't we? There's quite a lot going on.
Yes. There's still a few points to go, but the difference is amazing. So very grateful.
Awesome. Thank you. Excellent. Thank you. Yay.
Welcome. I'll just mute myself again now.
Cool. Thanks, Bex. And we'll see you next week, isn't it? Cool. Awesome. So there you go. There you have it. If I've actually got if you'd like to have some more information, I can actually show you the workbook to give you a bit of an idea. So this is actually the Inner Power 2-point certification. Some of you may be interested in learning this. If you are, reach out to me. But there's actually what I really wanted to share is this is the workbook for the 2-day workshop that we do. So part of the certification, you get a 2-day workshop. You get this online program, which has got a whole lot of recodes and processes, removing resistance to doing the process. So you come very confident with it. You get 4 full week sessions with me, removing resistance and getting you up and running. And you also get the 2-day workshop. But in here, there's Richard Bartlett talks about there's 21 frequencies. Now these frequencies do all the different types of healing. So tonight we mostly worked on frequency 4. But all these different frequencies have a different pattern. Now remember, we're not running energy. The energy actually runs along the frequency. We're actually using the frequencies, the wave function, before it becomes a matter, to upgrade the atoms, which shift as the cell, and the molecule, then the particle. So we're actually shifting it at the atom level, which creates the particles. And that's the cool thing about it. Because as we talked about, if we put any part of our body under a microscope, we're just atoms, but we're atoms in space. And there's actually more space than there is atoms. So theoretically, if any part of us go under a microscope, we actually don't exist. We're actually more space than anything. So it's really profound when we look at it from a physics and quantum physics point of view. We can actually prove that we don't exist. which is obviously something for another call. But number one adds vitality to any pattern. So it's electrical energy of the body. So it gives the body, vitalize the body as a whole, the cellular structure, streamlines flow of information. It sort of gives you an electrical charge. Anything that needs electrical charge needs an upgrade and update. Frequency 1 is very good for that. Also, number 2, electrical in nature as well is really good for the nervous system. Supports angriness, sadness, going to sleep at night, powerful electrical energy. Number 3 is a balance and loving, harmonizes muscles and ligaments and tendons, as does 4. 4 also works on the muscles, contractions, bone, tendons, joints, and fascia. And you can actually be used, which I used last year a lot and this year, to put bandages on people that had rugby accidents, like mostly ankles and stuff and wrists, and it just works away for a couple of days. Frequency 5 is all about mother's love, bringing feminine values back into the mother's love. Personal wealth communicates to all parts of the body, systems, and activities. Number 6 is ancestral healing, and so on. So there's actually 21 different frequencies of healing. Now, when you're actually doing the 2-point and doing the upgrade, the information comes through based on what frequency, based on what client needs the upgrade. It's so powerful. You don't actually have to do much or anything at all. In fact, the least you do with this process, the most powerful that it is, because the client's body knows what frequency it needs to do the upgrade. We're just bridging it, allowing the process. As you can see with Heather, does the upgrade, and then it's done. So that's pretty much all I was going to cover today, pretty much on this call. Has anybody got any questions? Do you want to jump out? Any questions about the work, or would you like a session, or looking at the certification, or anything at all? If not, that's not a problem at all. You're welcome to reach out to me, gregjonesnz.com. You've all got my email because that's how you got here, I'm pretty sure. So just reach out and we can jump on a one-on-one call if you want to. We can have a connection call. It's free, and just chat about your options, demonstrate what you'd like to get out of the process, etc. So even if there's something in your way consciously, like you're wanting to go for your true nature and purpose, I want to go for that true nature and purpose, whatever it may be, being a great parent, a sports person, a coach, an artist, whatever it may be, but you've got resistance to taking the action, we can do the 2-point and remove that resistance. It's very, very cool. And also for likes of Jesse with the magnet mind, the superconscious certification as well, it runs perfectly alongside that as well. We can actually recode at the same time, Jess, as you do the 2-point. It's really, really cool. I do that a lot of my clients if required. So thank you so much for being on this call.